let's get it. Been having Glocks with my motherfucking knives. 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 If I let it off, it'll make your block hot. If I let it off, it'll make the block high. Been having Glocks with my motherfucking knife. Been having Glocks with my motherfucking knife. We can go block for block. Bet they heard about it. Can't go 12 with cops. Can't get no words about it. We can go fishtail talk. Fish scale. 99 birds crowded. Your boy got outline chalk. When young niggas got swerve about him. Swerve. If you came from the north, you was made. I done seen shit cut with a blade. Split shit up 3 ways. Still this shit don't change. Blood your brains for calling our gang. Don't know about the struggle and pain. Take it back to the amateur days. Performing free and never paid. Now sit back and peel back the top. Peel it back. Think about the loss and the wins. Mama said keep your head up high. Never let a nigga touch your chin. Put the blue tips in a new Glock. Never let a nigga count your ends. My nigga made rats in the pen. Do the iPad right over the fin. We gone.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 34 of the Splash Cast, our ATL edition. I'm your co-host, Reggie.
I'm your co-host, Norwood, and I'm ready to be back here. I'm ready to pod. This is my therapy. I'm excited. Let's do it, my friend.
Ready to pod. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, it is Sunday night. It is the Sunday after Thanksgiving, man. Norwood, how was your holidays?
It was actually pretty chill. I didn't do anything. I was tired. I've been getting my ass kicked at work all week, so I literally just laid here, played the video game, got some rest, and worked. Just never.
That's right.
ending.
You stayed in Houston.
Yeah.
You didn't get a chance to go home. So I know you're looking forward to Christmas, which is only 26 days away, because you'll be able to take vacation.
Yes, and I got to buy my ticket. I forgot about that. And adulting is hard.
You better get on it, man. You better get on it. Well, Thanksgiving, man, for me, dog, I have been, this month of November, I went somewhere every week. I had to go to Houston, where we did the splashdown. Then we went to Florida, both for weddings. And then we went to North Carolina for Thanksgiving. So it was fun. Saw a lot of people, but boy, I'm tired. So I am excited that we're spending the holidays in Atlanta for Christmas. So I'll be able to chill out.
Yeah, we had a funny pod schedule trying to keep everything in line and let you travel. But we got it done, because that's what we do here at the Splash Cast. Kick ass,
Yes,
take
sir.
names, give you the most excellent pod you've ever heard. Don't forget, tell your friends.
And tell their friends to tell friends. So it is Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. Sunday night right now. The Ravens are playing the Browns. So if you see me look up to the left, y'all already know I'm watching this game. This is a battle of AFC North opponents. I think they're both in the playoff picture. And right now, the Ravens are in first place, tied with the Patriots that we talked about in the prelude. So but we'll get more into that in our Around the League edition of the Splashcast. As you know, this is the ATL edition, where we talk about the Braves, Falcons, and Hawks, and we call that our oldest, middle, and youngest children. And it's funny. So, go ahead.
I was gonna make a joke about Lamar having another stomach ache next week, but we won't know until next week.
There's a lot of jokes in there that I'm not gonna say. So
we got time. We got plenty of time.
But I got yeah. So
seems like it was the right decision to make.
Gotta know when to hold them. Gotta know when to fold them. And y'all know I say a lot of wild stuff. So if it's something I gotta fold.
Yeah.
But with the Braves, man, we don't have a lot of news to talk about.
I got some news.
Go ahead.
You know what the news is? We the best team in baseball, like Tyler Magic said. We are the best team in baseball. You're going to hear this every week on every pod. Don't ever forget it. The Braves are the World Series champs. And your team, unless you're an Atlanta Braves fan, is not a champ.
Yeah. So the Braves are still the champs. We told you I was going to let that happen. We're going to let y'all know. But there was a great video released by the Atlanta Braves social media account. I think it was Twitter, of Ronald Acuna taking batting practice. 8 months. He tore his ACL in March, right? 8 months after tearing his ACL. It's a good sign. Getting healthy.
Which it is great sign. Excellent. Where is Mike Soroka at?
Man, he had that setback, remember?
Yeah, but he's like absent. Like you see that Ronnie is clearly getting better because they're showing videos. Ain't no Soroka video out there nowhere.
Well, I mean, you're not going. Well, one, it's hard to compare ACL to Achilles. You don't want to compare, but
Fair.
two, he re-aggravated the Achilles, so they built him up to come back. Right? Thinking from if I were a PR person, if I were the PR representative for Mike Soroka and the Atlanta Braves, you just saw us release a campaign of bringing him back. He's working, throwing. They showed him throwing, showed him taking batting practice, doing all the treatment and rehabilitation. They showed all of that, built it up. He came back. Right before he came back, he had a setback and it deflated us.
I guess you don't want to do that to him nor to really the fan base again. Get him high again, and then but that scares me because that doesn't sound like they have the most faith that this thing is over. Which is, I mean, we the champs. We the champs, dog. What are we? Champions. Championes.
We are the championes. We are the championes. So, but I am excited about Ronald Acuna. Eventually, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get into like free agency and what that means.
Hey, pay that man. Pay that man. Just like we told y'all to pay John Collins, go pay Freddie Freeman, big dog. We need that.
Yeah.
Don't you mess up Chipper Jones sequel now. We do not have time nor the patience for that. Let's act like we got some sense. Pay that man whatever he asks. And if he asks for an exorbitant amount of money, then guess what? Fork it over. Pay the man.
Yeah, man. We weren't, like I said, that's really the reason I don't want to talk about free agency, because I talk about free agency after we sign them. That's fine with me. But I'm not going to talk about free agency before we sign them because I'm not about to jinx nothing. And I don't trust Atlanta teams yet. So it's not going to happen. The Hawks are gaining my trust. They got my trust. Actually, the Hawks did what they supposed to do. They got my trust.
Falcons. That's what they were supposed to. Oh, well, that's the F word.
If you have not listened to episode 33 of the Splashcast entitled The F Word, take a time and go back and listen to it now. You'll understand where that joke comes from. We don't pronounce their name right now.
Familiarize yourself with the F word. It will be how I will address them going forward. There's another F word for the season, but
oh man. So other than that, man, that's really all we got. The Braves are still world champions. Ronald Acuna is getting healthy. Pay Freddie Freeman. Hopefully no news is good news on both the Freddie Freeman and Mike Soroka front.
I'll drink to that.
Yep, I have nothing but shots, so I'm not going to take that right now.
Turn up. You try to get me to turn up. Now you like, no, I would never do that.
How did I try to get you to turn up?
Did you not call me before the podcast and say, hey, let's take some shots?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move on to the Falcons.
Got him.
We're going to move on to the Falcons. The Falcons actually won today. So let's get into it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 34, our Atlanta edition of the Splashcast. We are now going to talk about our Falcons. We have entered the Falcons segment, and if you know anything about it, we know that our expectations for this team are low.
The lowest. And I will not actually call them that. They will be, as I always refer to them, as the F word until proven otherwise.
Well, I'm going to call them the Falcons. The Falcons. Hey. I'm going to call them the Falcons because they did win. They actually earned themselves being called the Falcons. We did beat the Jacksonville Jaguars, who, aside from 2 years, have been perpetually terrible. But we won on the road. The Falcons won 21-14 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Matt Ryan did not play great, did not play bad. But one thing is for sure, 2 things is for certain. Cordero Patterson is that dude.
Cordero, boy, he gonna get his no matter what. And I was watching the game today. They kind of pissed me off a little bit, talking about how he's been, he stepped in and played running back. He's been playing running back for the last few years, my friend. Find a great way to tell me you don't know anything about the Falcons. You haven't been paying attention to anything that they've done and know nothing about Cordero Patterson. But I mean, those people get paid tons of money to do that. So,
yeah, man. Cordell Patterson has 16 carries for 108 yards and 2 touchdowns, 2 receptions for 27 yards on 3 targets with a 20-yard reception. He pretty much did everything for us. As I said before, Matt Ryan wasn't great, but he was helped out by Cordell running for 100 yards. And also, I want to throw this out there as well because it wasn't spectacular what he did, but he had some timely runs. Wayne Gallman looked pretty good at the 4 times he got the ball. He averaged 5 yards, almost 5 yards a carry.
the 4 times they gave it to him, he did what he was supposed to.
Well, yeah, it looks like he deserves to get the ball more. Like Mike Davis, the bags is packing, brother.
Closing time. Well, I mean, the bigger celebration here, not the F words beating one of the worst teams in the NFL, is that Urban Meyer lost today. And that always brings my heart just a small portion of joy to see him fail at things. I wonder what his next injury will be, or they're just going to fire him. It's coming down to the wire here. I wonder how much longer they're going to let him ruin Trevor Lawrence's career before they go in a different direction. But I'm intrigued. We're going to stay close and watch the next episode of Batman and Robin.
Yeah, man. And sidebar, you were right, ladies and gentlemen. We're watching this Ravens-Browns game. 78 just got carted off. He's hurt for the Browns.
Oh, when I saw him try to stand up and limp, and as soon as he went to limp, he said, "Oh no, can't do that, big dog. When you can't limp, you are hurt. You are, you're not hurt. You're injured. You are now injured."
Yeah. So, but back to the Falcons. Hey, man, Cordero Patterson is that dude. Matt Ryan was 19 of 29 for 199 yards, which means he averaged 6.6 yards per pass attempt. While I said he didn't do anything great, you could tell that was kind of the game plan. We protected Matt Ryan with short passes because our offensive line is just, I mean, now run blocking, they did well, but pass blocking, they are bad.
I mean, that's what you get when you deal with the F words.
Yeah. Matt Ryan also had a pick, and it was bad. And he missed Kyle Pitts on a few. Matt Ryan played really well in the second half. First half, he looked bad. He was missing Kyle Pitts over and over and over again. With that said, Kyle Pitts was 2 catches for 26 yards. He had 6 targets. Probably should have had about 4 catches. But we ran the ball, and we ran the ball effectively. And if you know anything about Arthur Smith, he came from Tennessee where he had Derrick Henry. So that's what he looks for. Our defense played okay.
It's the Jaguars. They're trash.
Trevor Lawrence, 23 of 42, 228 yards, touchdown. We did get a pick. I think, was it AJ Terrell got a pick?
I'm starting to wonder.
No, it's Duron Harmon.
What if Trevor Lawrence is just not a good football player? I mean, you got to give him a year because Peyton had that first very tragic year.
Peyton had like 3 tragic years. I think it clicked the 3rd year for him.
Trevor Lawrence is looking like a bag of mid. And
I mean, who is he throwing the ball to? Laquan Treadwell was his leading receiver.
Yes, and
it's not
funny enough. I just Googled Laquan Treadwell because he was drafted by the Minnesota Vikings. He was supposed to be good. They just signed him.
He was on the team with DK Metcalf. He was on our team last year.
Yeah, was it? Yeah, he was at the end of the season. But he's one of those guys who's not fast. He's just big enough, but that didn't work. I was high on him out of college because I thought he could catch. I thought he was just going to be, like a good, consistent possession. Yeah. And he just ain't got it.
But I mean, even if you look at, they have weapons in receiving though, because DJ Chark is hurt. DJ Chark is super fast. And they got Marvin Jones Jr., who made an amazing catch today. And Laviska Shenault out of Colorado is actually looking pretty good. And they have a good tight end in O'Shaughnessy. When Trevor Lawrence is your leading rusher, you ain't ever gonna win.
Maurice Jones-Drew to come back or Fred Taylor.
Trevor Lawrence, I'm sorry, it's your second leading rusher. James Robinson was your leading rusher with 86 yards.
That team sucks. That coach sucks. And maybe that quarterback sucks. And
I don't think the quarterback sucks. I think they could ruin him. I don't think he sucks though. I think they could ruin him.
And if anybody can do it, it's old Irby.
It's old Jacksonville and Urban. That is.
Yeah, hopefully he keep the women off his arm this week.
They were never on it. They were never on his arm.
I mean, I guess she was more in his lap, but boy, that was a long conversation. So, babe, this lady ended up in my lap. Somebody filmed it.
How was your weekend? Well, I was just babysitting our grandchildren. Being a wholesome woman, reading the Bible. Yeah. Anyway,
go ahead and get that Christmas present ready, my friend. Open up, talk about back up the Brinks truck.
Half. But with that being said, ladies. Oh, no.
She's not leaving him. She knew he been doing whatever he been doing for a long time.
We're getting off the point without getting off the point.
It's Urban. We can always stomp out Urban. I always got time for that. A good Urban stomping.
So we beat the Jags and the Jacksonville Urban Myers. Our next game. Oh, the Falcons. That's what I want to say. The Falcons are one game out of the last playoff spot.
And who do we play next? Behind door number 2.
The Buccaneers.
Oh, all right. Places where we won't get that game.
And they're hitting their stride. But we play them at home. Debo will be healthy because Debo didn't play today. I don't know what we're going to do at receiver. I heard a birdie told me that Calvin Ridley ain't never coming back. Rumor alert.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Is this?
I don't know if this is true. Is this
a discussion we can have on camera or no?
I mean, as long as I don't reveal my source, but I mean, the source is it's a pretty good source.
So you think he's going to retire?
And if I look foolish and he comes back next week, it is what it is. But
hey, we play a fuck up.
The person I know knows all of that stuff within that organization, and he may not be coming back, brother.
Is it okay when you say it, and now we're off? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is real.
I mean, that's breaking news, though. Breaking news, though.
So, is it that he doesn't want to play for the Falcons, or is he done playing football? Now, and I'm gonna let y'all know this was not covered in the production meeting. We just talked for about an hour, and he left out this web gem.
My bad. I just thought about it, but
what?
But I don't know. I mean, so if you don't want to play for the Falcons and you don't play for the Falcons by claiming mental health, you on some sucker shit. That's some sucker shit. Because at that point, you're nothing but Urban Meyer. You're saying that your chest hurts when you start losing, or that your head is about to explode, or whatever comes up. You're super stressed out. Now, if he doesn't want to play football again, then T's and P's to him with regards to anything, thoughts and prayers. But then whatever it is.
But it's not like you can just be like, nah, I'm not coming back. Nah, bro.
Players people retire all the time.
Oh yeah. If you're gonna retire, then yeah, but we're not finna let you go nowhere. Nah, dog. We reserve them rights until you play again. And that's a hill I'm willing to die on. I think he's a little too good to just let him walk and be like, we'll trade you. No, we won't. Don't play there.
I mean, doesn't Aaron Rodgers do the same thing? No, because if he would have retired, he's threatening to retire. If he would have retired, then he would have.
Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever walk the earth. He won them a championship, and he's old. Calvin Ridley has checked none of those boxes yet. What
does that have to do with a player retiring and saying, "I don't want to play for you"?
No. Oh, well, those are two different things. You can retire
because I don't want to play.
What you can't do
is retire and come back.
Hold on. Time out. I just lost you.
How did you lose me?
I can't hear anything.
That's you, not me.
What the? Well, ladies and gentlemen, from time to time here at Splashcast Productions, we have mishaps. We just had one. My headphones decided they were done potting for the day and needed to be revived. But here we are. Let's get right back into it. And let us preview the F words verse.
Yeah, so our next game is we play the Bucks.
And we are an F word that rhymes with Bucks. You'll get that eventually.
Double entendre. But we play the Bucks at home. The Bucks are a little injured, but they just won against the Colts today. So in Indianapolis, and they've won 2 straight. So they are on it. But if we can somehow pull this game out, we will then be
well, this is clearly, this portion of the podcast is
Hopes
clearly
and dreams.
sponsored. Thoughts and prayers, hopes and dreams, Hennessy,
H&D, TMP,
anything,
H&D.
man, everything, boy, TPHD, all of it. And it just, I mean, Reggie actually got here keys to victory. Well, we can have a key, we have a house, we have a lot. I'm gonna tell you what's not gonna happen. We are not gonna win next week. I'm gonna let Reggie have his moment here to talk about these F words, and I am going to watch and listen like you guys. So
well, look,
I turn it over to you, my friend.
Look, man, look. So we're 5-6. Terrible. The next team above us are the Vikings at 5-6. They're in the playoffs. We're not, because they have a better conference record right now. They just lost Dalvin Cook to a shoulder injury. It's possible if we beat the Bucks that we can beat Carolina and end up in the 6th position by the time we play the 49ers. Now, I have no confidence that we'll beat the 49ers. Really don't have any confidence in the Bucks. The only reason I'm saying it may happen, and when I say may, it's really might. And when I say might, it's really like a could. And when I say could, I'd be like, I hope. And when I say I hope, it really means it's because we're playing at home.
What this really should mean is, and let's be real, Reggie is just living on hopes and dreams. I'm going to be more realistic here. It's never going to happen. Yeah, I have a much better chance of hitting the lotto.
So if they win and you have to go buy a lottery ticket, and if you hit the lottery, you have to give me 50%. And that's why you're gonna block your blessing right there. Anyway, so keys to victory.
Boy, you gonna do that? You gonna put that on me, Ricky Bobby? You wild for that. I'm trying to get my blessing, and you just determined for me just not to be happy.
So our key to victory for the Bucks, to beat the Bucks on offense, limit the turnovers and be able to run the ball. The Bucks have a really good defense. I was going to say front seven, but they have a good defense. But if you can run the ball and get them with play action, they're a very aggressive defense. So you can get them with some misdirection and probably get Kyle Pitts on some drags. And you got to get Kyle Pitts involved.
And if Rihanna and A$AP Rocky weren't together, I could mysteriously wake up one morning and she could be my wife. But these are things that are probably not going to happen, which surely would be great. Yeah, let's go with that.
And okay, whatever. That's your analysis. On defense, Deion Jones should be healthy, so we will have to stop the run game. If you stop the run game and get pressure on Tom Brady and move him off his spot, it is possible to defeat them. Now, yes, is this unlikely? Is this likely to happen? No. But those are my keys to victory against the Bucks. And we'll have to hit the game-winning field goal to win.
Houston probably has a snowstorm again before this happens. So
I hope you got your overcoat, brother.
And you know I don't.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of our Falcons segment, man. The Falcons beat the Jags. I'm happy and I'm optimistic. You could call yourself realistic. I call you a pessimist when it comes to the Bucks. But it is what it is. Go Falcons. I know you call them the F words until they get above 500. So
let's go F words.
With that being said, man, we are going to get into one of our favorite segments right now, our youngest child, as we like to call it, the Hawks. So with that being said, man, let's get into some basketball.
Team that at least knows how to win. Kind of.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our Hawks segment of episode 34, Atlanta edition of the Splash Cast. We got a few things we want to talk about, man. The main one being the Hawks actually just played, which is kind of becoming our rival, right? The New York Knicks.
100%. That is, I would consider our biggest rival
Right now.
and the most intense rivalry. I think that we do have a lot of beef with the Sixers. But the Knicks is it's a little bit more exciting, especially Trey likes to go crazy at MSG.
Yeah, and I think the 76ers people still view them as kind of, and this is gonna piss you off. They view them healthy, if both teams were healthy, as like a tier above us. To where
I do too. I ain't gonna piss me off. If you have a healthy Joel Embiid and you have, if you had Ben Simmons back in any iteration, then yeah, I would think that they're just a better team than us because they are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't consider that a slight. I think that they are, but I think that we had a lot to do with their deconstruction and the way that their team is currently set up. I take credit for that. I think that the Hawks broke back Ben.
Not broke.
His back still broken, ain't it?
No.
Yes. Spinal.
Yeah, so the Hawks record, I believe right now they are 11-10 after 21 games. We are
all of our teams kind of play mid-ish. Like the Braves played mid until they got good. The Falcons, we don't know what and you know what, my apologies, I did not mean to call y'all that. The F words, they can get to 500, but they will never get anything better than that. And in the Hawks, we right here teetering on 500.
Yeah, right now, I will say, Atlanta Hawks Nation, like, I think we need to calm down a little bit, because we started off, we had that 6 straight losses, but we played like a hell of a schedule, and then we just had 7 straight wins. We were going for 8, and we ended up playing the New York Knicks, who we just talked about being our rival, and we lost that game
99-90.
99-90, which tells me our defense wasn't that bad.
Correct. But the offense couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
Boy, they were horrid.
Yeah, I think John was like 4-12. Trey was the only guy who was making baskets.
Trey Young is on a heater through these last 10 to 12 games.
And I still say he probably should average 2 or 3 more assists a game just from Clint just missing layups, which is got to be almost a fightable offense. But he's playing so much better outside of missing layups. It's like, all right, we'll just take the missed layups in there. But if he would make more of those bunnies, he would have fewer rebounds, and we would probably be a little bit better off.
Well, so the Hawks rating has been soaring this year. Offensive rating. Sorry, we have 109 offensive rating, which is really good. When you put that in perspective, Brooklyn has 113, Phoenix has 110, Brooklyn has 109, we have 109. So
we haven't shot great either. We're not making a bunch of shots.
Yeah, Trey and John have been carrying this team. But when you play like that, to where 2 people are carrying the team and it's not the whole team, which we did have spurts in this winning streak. It was a lot of the team were playing well, but it didn't seem like the whole team was playing well at the same time. So
we still got a lot of different moving pieces. Like, we very streaky, lose 6, win 7. It's a lot of that fluctuation. We have Trey and John are really our constants. Everybody else is like, hey, maybe this is my night. Maybe I'll take the night off type of thing. And they are really committed to not playing these rookies. And, we getting Solomon Hill minutes again. And it's okay, but how long can we just keep? Because Solomon Hill's not gonna give you anything offensively, nothing, and that just puts more pressure on Trey and John, and it's messed up. John can shoot 50%, and it's like he shot a bad. He had a bad shooting night.
Yeah. So against the Knicks, this is what happens. That was the point I was making. When you have it to where it's based on two players, kind of like Brooklyn with James and KD. Not saying they're James and KD, but y'all know what I mean. Mm-hmm. Like,
not close.
When one has a bad game,
he's stuck.
He's stuck. Like Clint Capella is gonna give you. He had a good game. He was 16 and 21, 16 rebounds, 21 points. Trey gave you 33, 7, and 4 with only 3 turnovers on 49% shooting from the field.
Hey man, he protecting that ball. Kudos to you. And I'm not the person to give you a lot of anything good. Hey, your ball control, your not giving the ball up. Thank you, man. I my soul appreciates it.
Yep.
Thank you for respecting the game.
Yeah. I will say it seems John played 40 minutes. Trey played 39. Werder played 38. With John playing 40 minutes and being the primary defender of Julius Randle, because he held Julius in check, 8 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. He held Julius.
He didn't play great, but that's a success. If you stop the man who's the man on the Knicks, all right, well, now you got to let everybody else beat you. And you should probably be able to win, but.
Yeah, it's just. What sucks is, and y'all are going to say this, we said it last year, but we were right. So I'm going to say it again. And we're not making excuses. We're not making excuses for when they lose. Like we said, they had a tough schedule, but some of those games when they had a tough schedule in that 7-game losing streak, we should have won. 6-game losing streak. We should have
won those games, but we were the underdog in all of the games that we lost.
Right. But in this case, DeAndre Hunter, who was our best on-ball defender, who shut Julius down in the playoffs last year, is hurt. He's pretty much out until next year. Onyeka Okongwu, we haven't seen him. Now, Bogey hurt his ankle, sprained ankle, is out for 2 weeks.
Wait. He got an ankle, he got a quad, and maybe a calf. He has 3 different injuries. And I'm not sure if he ever really got 100% healthy. And you know how you start to overcompensate for different parts if things aren't working for you. And I think that's what happened. I just hope we need him badly. Because when he's right, he's going to shoot that thing, man. And he has a quality that I don't think anybody else really has to just go nuclear pretty quickly.
Yep. And we have probably 3 players that can score buckets in bunches from anywhere on the court. Well, 4. It's Trey, Bogey, Cam, Gallo. Those guys can, and you could throw in Lou for 1 game out of 82. He's gonna give you probably 12 to 14 straight. Like he has the ability to do that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's those 4 players. We just lost Cam Reddish too to a wrist injury, the similar wrist injury to DeAndre Hunter.
It is so weird that they both had the same knee injury last year.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm. And then after that, they come back and they both have the same weird wrist injury. I know I call them the Wonder Twins kind of jokingly a lot, but their similarities are uncanny at this point.
Yep. Something with the leg. Both of them have a leg strain or something, knee, then something with their wrist. So Cam is day-to-day. The thing about day-to-day and the thing about both of these injuries, ladies and gentlemen, is why we're so skeptical is because Bogey was day-to-day. I mean, not day-to-day. He was out for 2 weeks last year. Then it went to 4 weeks. Then he came back and he wasn't all the way healthy. Cam, we had been speculating Cam coming back the whole end of the season. He didn't come back to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Now, I do think that our whole team is hurt to a certain degree. Trey got that knee ankle thing that he's been dealing with. He always has to have it wrapped. I think a lot of these are effects from last year and having a short off season and then coming right back. You got Trey knee and ankle. You got Bogey knee and ankle. You have Hunter, knee, wrist. Cam Reddish, wrist. John Collins has had, I think, a calf or an ankle issue. And Clint
Yeah, but he ain't
Capella.
missed no time though. And Capella's Achilles.
Yes, but he's been on the injury report a lot. And that's all of our starters. Like, and these are all kind of things you got to monitor and keep in check because, like I said last week, none of these guys alone can do it. So we need all of our pieces, and we need Onyeka Okongwu back desperately, because he's just another body you can spell John Collins with, and let Julius bang with him for a little bit, see what you can do. At least give him away type of thing and make it difficult for him. And he's a good defender, man.
And it is very apparent to me that Nate doesn't have a lot of confidence in Gorgie J. He played 0 minutes this last game. And for what it's worth, I will give kudos to the Knicks front office about this. Sims, y'all done found something with him. Because the center, he played at Texas last year, and he came in and he had 6.6 rebounds, 2 blocks in like 10 minutes of playing, 12 minutes of playing, whatever he played. He has bounce. He's like Jackson Hayes without being so wild.
But every now and then we let a guy who's a big come in and just go crazy. Like we had Chris Boucher from the Raptors go nuclear on us.
36 points.
And
like, come on, bro.
And never have I seen him play that well ever again, not even on the video game. I'm like, nope. So it's just this aberration. You come play the Hawks and then you become a world beater and then you go back to the phone booth and now you're Clark Kent. I need an explanation.
I don't know. Yeah, it's I don't know. I was gonna give you some BS, but I got nothing for you. Against the Knicks, Evan Fournier had a good game. Alex Burks. It's always Alec Burks. Knicks fans, don't get your hopes up. You know what happens. Alec Burks is going to have one good game. He always plays very well against us once. And then he goes back to being poop. Yep. Same way in the playoffs. Alec Burks had one good game against us. He went wild crazy when y'all got y'all. He's the reason y'all got y'all only win. Now I think about it.
And Fournier, he's fool's gold. I said it from day one. I never would have paid that dude. He been playing so bad. I've been looking at his stats like, bro, they paid you like $80-something million and you are trash. But he owed him a game. So they finally got one from him. Congrats.
Yeah, and if you get Onyeka Okongwu back, Obi Toppin doesn't go for 13, 2 and 2. That doesn't happen.
No, he's another weird guy who only plays like 14 minutes a night. I'm like, y'all spend a lot of draft capital, and for a guy who plays, I don't understand how he can play 14 minutes a night.
I mean, we talked about. I mean, it's the Thibodeau effect. I mean, Julius played 32, Alec Burks played 39, Barrett played 31. Mitchell Robinson is coming off; his whole leg was broke, and now he playing 27 minutes, and he gave you 2 points and 11 rebounds. Mitchell Robinson looked like fool's gold too.
But that's his game. I think he's a less talented Clint Capella, good rebounder, good rim protector. It's bad to say Clint's better offensively than he is, but that's about it.
Yeah. So I mean, that game sucked. Let's get back on track. Let's get into likes and dislikes. Out of the Hawks' first 21 games, right? The first 21 games were 11-10.
This is the quarter pole, huh?
Mm-hmm. We've had 8 wins in a row. We had 6 losses in a row. And then before that, we were like win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. What is your synopsis of the team so far? What are your likes and dislikes you see with the team so far? Give me your likes and give me your dislikes.
I like that we started winning the games that we supposed to win. That's the biggest thing for me is winning the games that we have to win. And I like how we play at home. And I like that they respect State Farm Arena. It's like, nah, fam, this is our house. We're going to win here most of the time.
We got the best home record in the league, don't we?
Yes.
I think we just lost our first game in the home.
Now, when we go on the road, we lose all of our secret stuff and become extra regular. And that is not good because we're not going to, we're going to get into the playoffs, but I would assume we're probably not going to have home court advantage. We're going to have to learn how to travel and go other places and win. We're going to have to find ways to be interested in the game, Trey. We're gonna have to. We need to.
Trey done found his interest over this last 9-10 games now.
Yes, and we need to get Collins more shots on a regular basis. You know, we kind of stuck, and I'm gonna say it every podcast until we stop. Stop saying that we don't run plays for John Collins because you just look stupid. He makes a lot of baskets. If you're not running plays for a guy who makes a lot of baskets, you're stupid. And I'm not going to say that's a fireable offense, but it doesn't help.
Well, the last few games, though, and especially on this winning streak, I will say it has been Trey and John. Like, we've had other players sprinkled in. Kevin Werder looked like Kevin Werder is definitely way more comfortable in the starting lineup. But for the most part, when Trey goes out, and Nate has staggered his rotations, when Trey goes out, they run it through John now. So
yeah,
I would kind of challenge you on that.
Okay, but it's still the same 10 to 12 shots.
So is that your dislike? Is your dislike you want to get John more shots? What's your like?
Yes. Like I said, I like that we protect home. They take that very seriously. My dislikes, we still don't have John as involved as I would like. I think he needs to shoot somewhere between 15 to 17 shots tonight. And we haven't really shot great all season. I don't want to blame that on switching from Spalding to Wilson, but I don't know what,
because everybody's using Spalding to Wilson, so I wouldn't.
Yeah, but I think as far as the NBA, I don't see teams shooting nearly as good as they have in the past, specifically people who are good shooters.
You can't attribute that to basketball though, because you got the rule changes. It's a lot harder to. There's a lot more. They're not bringing back hand checking, but you can't draw fouls and just get free points at the free throw line anymore.
Yes, but I'm talking about just made baskets, not points as much as I can tell. I mean, Bogier struggled shooting this year. He's kind of getting it together. Kayvon, same thing. I don't know. Cam Reddish, he's so wild. I don't know what to say.
Nah, you can't say. No, I do. Cam Reddish is our spark off the bench. Cam Reddish is playing.
But he just does so much wild shit every game.
But he's balling. He's probably.
I'll give it to him.
He's balling.
I'll give it to him.
So with my likes and dislikes, I like that we are getting John involved more. I like that Cam Reddish is finding his way. My dislike, I don't want to say this, but my dislike is the injuries. We can't stay healthy. It is the same folks that get injured. It's not like it's different. It's the same three
and we people. Need those guys the most.
They are, they got to get healthy. So I don't like the injuries, and I'll piggyback off what you said. I don't like Nate playing solo so much, and Jalen Johnson has proven that he can at least run the floor now and play on. Now Solo does play better defense, but Solo gives you zero offensively, and so you got to play.
You're playing 4-on-5 on that side of the ball when Solo.
You got to play somebody else. And
Jalen Johnson just has so many skill sets that Solo just does not have. Jalen Johnson going to be a better rebounder. He's a better ball handler. He can push the pace.
He's just as good of a shooter. Like offensively, he's just leaps and bounds above Solo. But defensively, Solo going to play well. So I get
You're right.
Nate is a defensive coach. But I don't like that you're not even giving Jalen a shot.
Yeah. And I mean,
which he probably will have to, because he's been playing Timothy, TLC. So
and let Sharif get in there. Like,
no, DeLon Wright's been balling a little bit. He's been playing really well.
No, not DeLon. DeLon needs all his minutes, and I would dare say give him a few more. I'm more talking about Lou minutes.
Lou, yeah.
Lou. I would like to at least see what Sharif looks like. Now, number one, I'm a podcaster, a professional podcaster, but a podcaster. I am not the coach of the Atlanta Hawks. So I do feel a little stupid questioning Nate's decisions here. I think he's a much better, I'm trying to think of the word.
Basketball aficionado.
Yes, he can identify talent much better than me, but also like, come on, man, at least let these guys get a little run, see what they got instead of the most garbage of time. When we was up by 30, we could have put them in the game.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. So this week, the Hawks only have 2 games. We actually played the Knicks on a back-to-back. We played, I think, 3 games in 4 days or something like that.
We also need a break. We need a damn break.
We don't play again until Wednesday, which is a great thing. We end up playing at the Pacers in Indiana, and then we play the 76ers, and then we're off again until Sunday. I think play Wednesday, Friday, and then we're off again until Sunday. So the Pacers, what is your, so for these 2 games, we're gonna, ladies and gentlemen, before we go any further, we're gonna start looking at the games as in a weekly function, because there's too many games to do one at a time. So what we're gonna do is start looking at the games as a week. And this week we played the Pacers and the 76ers. So if you remember last year basketball season, we did likes, dislikes, and what to watch for. We're doing the same thing. We just did the likes and dislikes of the past games, and now we're doing the keys to victory and what to watch for this week's games. What are your keys to victory against the Pacers and 76ers? Let's start with the Pacers. What are your keys to victory and what to watch for the Pacers?
I honestly have no idea with the Pacers. And the reason I don't have any idea with the Pacers is I don't know why they suck. They're 9-13, and they have Malcolm Brogdon at the 1, good player. Karis LeVert at the 2, good player. Justin Holiday at the 3, I don't necessarily love that, but still good enough. I know they would much rather have what's up with the Braves? I cannot think of his name, but he's hurt.
Acuna?
No. What? I cannot think of his name. He got braids. He's real tall. He plays the 3.
I said Acuna. I thought you said
TJ Warren.
TJ Warren. Sorry,
yes.
My bad.
So yes, TJ Warren at the 3 would be better. You have DeMontis Sabonis, who's an all-star, and you got Miles Turner, who's just like very. I like Miles Turner more than I think the Pacers like Miles Turner.
Yeah.
And then they still got TJ McConnell. Why I do dislike him to the utmost. He's still he's a good defender, and you know when he plays Trey, I'm sure you give Trey like 40. And then Chris Duarte, I like him too. He's a good rookie. He can score, he get to the bucket, do all of that. I think this team should be better than 9-13. At this point, I'm not sure. Number one, our starting 5 versus their starting 5. I think their starting 5 may be better or equal to.
Healthy? You talking about, or just right now? Like
right now.
about,
Malcolm Brogdon, Karis LeVert, Justin Holiday, DeMontis Sabonis, and Miles Turner versus Trey. I don't even know what we're going to do.
Yeah, now. Right now, we
Trey at the 1.
Werder at the 2.
Are we about to start Solomon Hill?
Yep.
Oh, my goodness.
John at the 4. And
Clint at the 5.
Clint at the 5.
We are about to start Solomon Hill, boy. That is. Jeez, life comes at you fast. Just learn.
Maybe you put DeLon at the 2 and Werder at the 3, and then you play Gallo and Solo and Lou off the bench.
Somewhere it's going to be a let down.
So what to watch for? So what's your key to victory against the Pacers?
I told you, I have not the slightest clue. Just beat them. I don't know why. I have no clue why they're not good. So just beat them. So
against the Pacers, I think Clint has to have a big game. I think Clint and John Collins, I think we have to, because I'm looking at their roster. Outside of DeMontis Sabonis and Miles Turner, their backup power forward is
garbage. Kalon Martin, don't even know who that man is.
Somebody that does not play. So for us, and now
he's 6'5". This can't be right.
Who?
The man who they have on the depth chart behind Sabonis is Kalon Martin, and he's a 6'5" point guard.
Shooting guard. No, their backup center is Goga
Batazi, yeah.
Yeah, and that's it. They have forwards in Isaiah Jackson and Dejan Furo who don't play. So they are weak in the front court. So I need Clint and John to have a 2020, not 2020. Well, yeah, if he were to convert these layups, I need him to have a 15-20 game, 15 points, 20 rebounds. And I
I
need
would
John to have
I would
a
assume
10.
that Miles Turner doesn't let that happen. But why does Miles Turner only average 13 and 8? I get who's scoring? He needs to average more than 8 damn rebounds, Miles Turner.
Points.
You
I
got
mean, points. It's Malcolm Brogdon, Sabonis, and LeVert. But as I'm saying, let me get my point out. So they've got like the front court has to dominate in in order for us to beat the Pacers. We can't. I don't think our back court, if we were healthy, it would be a good game. We're not healthy at all.
No.
So we have to dominate the front court in order to win, which is going to be difficult because Sabonis is a beast.
Malcolm Brogdon is averaging 21 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. Just
a block and a steal. A block and a steal.
Wasting away in Indiana. That is tragic.
So then we play the 76ers. 76ers just got Joel back. The 76ers timeout. Before we, ladies and gentlemen, as I told you, we're watching the Browns-Ravens game. It is right now 6-0 Ravens. The Browns had the ball, tried to do a reverse pass, and got strip sacked while doing the reverse pass.
Well, I'm streaming, ladies and gents, and I haven't seen this yet, so I'm watching this.
Well, okay, I'm sorry because I got to talk about it. The very next play, Lamar Jackson throws a touchdown after a deflection. This has been a defensive struggle, to say the least.
I am literally just watched him fumble the ball, and now I get to sit and wait and watch to see Lamar throw his touchdown pass. But it's Cleveland. Nobody cares.
You do not see a touchdown pass, but that's fine. Back to the 76ers. The 76ers, they get Joel Embiid back. Tobias Harris is back, too. They both were on the safety and health protocol list. They come back right in time to kick our ass.
Help me.
Tyrese Maxey, Seth Curry, Shake Milton has been playing pretty well. He's averaging 12 points. Thibault is their defensive stopper. They got Drummond coming off the bench now. Danny Green. Drummond's like Dwight Howard. So Danny Green. This game is going to be difficult, to say the least. They have a lot of bodies. They're getting healthy. And we are literally 180 degrees from where they are.
Yes. And Thibault is hooping.
Yeah.
Thibault
is playing well.
He's a good defender. He's our version of DeAndre Hunter. Yeah, with less offensive skill. Yes. Yeah. Now offense. Boy, he damn near Solomon Hill on offense. 6 points, 2 points. I don't understand that, fam. At least you could do is get some rebounds. You ain't scoring. Go get the ball from the dudes who is. Do something.
Well, he's the primary perimeter defender, so he's not going to be in the paint.
Fair.
But and with the 76ers, as our resident 76ers fan in our group has posted, Kev, shout out to Kev. Ben Simmons is been working with the team doctors and has been in a shoot around in the stadium.
Oh no, there's certain things that I just not gonna believe in. The F words, the F birds beating the Bucks, and Ben Simmons doing anything. Show me. I gotta see it, fam. I don't believe it. No more of these videos. Him working out. I don't care who he meets with or don't meet with. Nope. I've been sold that bill of goods too many times.
So what's your key to victory? Nothing. We ain't gonna beat the 76ers.
Pray. I mean, Embiid is finna come back and try to Embiid our faces off.
He's gonna try to kill John Collins. We're gonna have to play John Collins at the 5. Like he gonna try to kill John.
Man,
Collins.
Embiid gonna get out there and try to. Oh yeah. This is the first time we played since the elimination.
Yep, and got a shirt made.
Boy, yeah, it's gonna be some smoke in the city. Hey, JC laced them boots up tight. Clint, and y'all might have to jump him together, or let John get on your shoulders, and y'all be about his height then, and y'all gonna fight him.
Gallo gonna have to come through in the clutch, and Gallo looking old, but Gallo's gonna have to have one of them 7 3-point games in us.
Yes, we need that so bad.
It ain't no Gallo, Lou,
Lou
Solo
yes.
too. Ain't no more of that 2 for 9, nothing. We have three players, 4 players hurt. There's no more. There's no more of that.
4 important players hurt too.
Mm-hmm.
But so, I would assume we may get Cam Reddish back. I think he's day-to-day. I think he misses the Pacers game, which I think we should win without him. And then I think he's back Friday versus the Sixers, which would be great. We need all live bodies at this point. And I'm still not. We've been real quiet. Well, really, the NBA's been real quiet. It hasn't been a whole lot of trades or any real moves. Eventually, somebody got to make some moves around here.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that when we get closer to the trade deadline, because we could go down. That's opening up a wormhole for another 55-minute discussion.
And you know me and you'll do it too.
So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of episode 34, the Atlanta edition of the Splash Cast. We covered the Hawks. The streak is over, but hopefully we just need to get healthy. We covered the F words. I call them the F birds. Sorry, the F birds. I call them the Falcons because they won. When they win, I'll call them the Falcons. When they lose, I'll call them the F birds with you. Cordell Patterson is that dude, and the Braves are still the champs. And Ronald Acuna is taking batting practice. Y'all send T's and P's to Mike Soroka. With that being said, man, Norwood, if you don't have anything else, take us out.
All right, so you'll be hearing this on Tuesday, and Reggie's not traveling, so that's even more fantastic. So yes, you'll be hearing this on Tuesday. Wednesday, Splashcast 12-pack for your head top. You already know I got one ready for you. And then Thursday, we're going to come right back, hit you right in the head again with Around the League. And boy, we got some trash to talk. And once again, Kyle Kuzma's wearing weird clothes. With that said,
Space Cadet.
Man, number 1, more black baseball. Number 2, more black cowboys and cowgirls. Number 3, pay Freddie Freeman. I don't care what it costs. Get that man home. Keep that man home. And please, Lord, do not let him go. The evil empire, the New York Yankees. I will have an emotional breakdown. So for my own mental health, for Braves Mania, mental health for the world, please pay that man. Outside of that, you could have been anywhere else in the world. You came and kicked it with me and Reggie, and we talked about the Hawks, Falcons, and Braves. We truly appreciate you. And of course, fire ass shirt. And of course, always, only one thing left to do, man. Hang out.
Hang out. Peace.
Adios, mi amigos. F to F birds. Hawks get healthy. I need a beer.
Y'all be safe.
Got 45 bitches just living it up. Been too damn long without a sip of my cup. Saying one's too many, 100 isn't enough. Alright. Don't worry about 12, no, they ain't showing up. Rocky came with the shots, Stuck came with the blunts. Saying one's too many, 100 isn't enough. Alright. Yeah. Now you see we going dumb, dumb, dumb. Now you see we going dumb, dumb, dumb. Yeah, one's too many, 100 isn't enough. Yeah, 100 just isn't enough.
Oh, hey, with your girl, okay, what you want on the lay? Got ice on the way, put stones in your face. Calamari, Ocean Lake, split me 4 ways. Back for vegan, Sandra Pay. Yeah, alright. Why is it so hard for you to cry when you're rich? I put the sideline in front cause I can't argue about shit. I told God, protect my life cause I'm gonna come in that shit. You know why, you know why. She want fasten up her seatbelt when we ride. Bought the girl a 2-story penthouse in the Big Apple like a pie. She was trying to tell me that with all her words, they were lies. But I let her get away with it cause sometimes she wanna die.